How do we go from this to this? Or from this to this? Hello, my name is Brook and I did the visual effects work for Craving. Craving is an independent horror film about a group of locals trapped in a rural bar when a group of mysterious masked vigilantes corner a gang of heroin addicts in an attempt to destroy an evil monster. Who is the monster? Well, you're gonna have to watch the movie to find out. In addition to visual effects, I acted as second unit cinematographer, behind the scenes photographer, digital imaging technician, I cut the trailer, made the title, did the end credits, and was the only character to dance in the entire film. But unlike the fate of my character Frank, my visual effects work revolves around less gruesome circumstances. Although I did enhance 2 of the death scenes with visual effects. If you think you know which ones I enhanced with VFX, drop a comment below. I'll let you know if you're right. Or I won't, I don't know. Now, Craving is a pretty graphic monster film brought to life by incredible special effects and real-life monster suits made by Robert Bravo. Really, it's just fantastic. But when it comes to the visual effects, the focus of my work was on a much different thing.
Whoopsie!
I was in a meeting with the director of the film, Horton. We were watching a cut of the film that he had so far. And there were these flashback scenes. So the characters were supposed to look about 20 years younger. But it was just missing that final touch. Now, I had just seen this really incredible video that had taken a flashback scene from the series Obi-Wan Kenobi. The episode had just come out the night before. And less than 12 hours after the release of the episode, this very talented YouTuber de-aged the character to make him look the appropriate age for when the flashback is supposed to be. Now, I've played around with deepfakes to some varying success. And if there's one thing I know about deepfakes is you need more than 12 hours to make a good one. So I knew this had to be something else. Now keep in mind, this was mid-2022, so AI is not exactly where it is today. Stuff's happening.
You think you can do whatever you want, but what's mine is mine.
So I was watching the footage with Jay, and I said, I think I could maybe figure out how to digitally de-age the characters for this. He gave me a shot to use as a test, and so I took it home and I tried to figure out what this YouTuber had done, and I made this. And that turned out pretty great, not gonna lie. First try. Jay and the producers were so happy with the work that I did that they shot even more of the flashbacks, and I think I ended up doing about 8 minutes of footage in the final film, and I think a lot of it looks pretty good. There are tutorials online, and if you're really interested, I recommend you check those out. All you need to know is that it basically requires some creativity with photo AIs in combination with this program called EB-Synth. It takes a single frame of video that you've made changes to and tries to apply it to the rest of the video. Now, this isn't a cheat code. You can't just do one frame for a 30-second clip. For the best results, I'd recommend working with every 6th or 12th frame. And then finally, you're gonna load it into After Effects and recomposite it back into the original video. The software that I use only does faces, so I had to think about things like the neck, skin, hands, arms, hair. Sometimes it would mess with the wigs, and so I would have to go through and retouch the wigs. All this to say, I used a whole lot of different programs and a little bit of ingenuity to try to figure out these shots. And in addition, using the AI in this way allows the actors to still play the characters at a younger point in time, and thus the actors have full control over the performances. And all I'm doing is just retouching their looks. I'm not messing with the performance at all. Actually, at the premiere of the movie, people were coming up to me and telling me that they thought they'd hired younger actors to play these characters in the flashbacks. And that's really cool to hear when the work that you do is seamless enough that people don't notice it. Although I notice all the seams, that's for sure. And the things that you can do with it are just wild. I even did some weird tests on some footage of Holly. It's crazy what you can do with this technology. You can make yourself look young or old. You can make yourself big with no hair, or you can make yourself handsome with a lot of hair. Or you can make yourself look like a completely different person. It's crazy. I'm always a little surprised when other indie filmmakers feel like there's these limitations on them just because they don't have the budget of a big Hollywood film. Now, Craving is an indie film. We had a pretty decent budget for the size of the production, but still nothing compared to what you see from the major studios. I really love to pour my heart and soul into what I do, and everything that I do is a reflection of my abilities. So it doesn't really matter to me if the budget isn't there or if it's going to take a lot of time. This was a really interesting, fun, new thing for me to do. If anything, I hope this is just a cool video for you to check out, and maybe it'll inspire you to do something cool for a project of your own. And please, watch Craving. It's available on Amazon, on Google Play, and on YouTube Premium. It was just a really fun film to put together, and the whole team behind it was just super cool and a blast to work with. And keep a lookout for the next project from this team. It's called A Hard Place. It's gonna be a fun one. And if you like this video, let me know if you want to see some breakdowns of other visual effects I've done. I got my series Job Guys. I got the film 16 Bits. I got a whole bunch of other things that we could talk about. Just, you name it. Oh, did you figure out which of the deaths I added visual effects to? I'll tell you a little secret. One of them involved ground beef, which I later cooked and ate. Yeah.